Hello everyone, welcome. So for today's moving meditation class, it would be useful if you had a block. If you don't, no worries, you could always use a pillow, some sort of cushion for later on in the practice. So think of this practice as an intention of calming your mind, of using the physical postures and movements as a way to focus your attention, to control the chatter in your mind and instead to be present in the instruction, in the gentle shifts from one pose to the next. So I invite you to take this practice at a reduced speed, at a reduced intensity. Instead of looking for your edge, instead of looking to exhaust yourself or to sweat a lot, to relieve any sort of ache and pain, the full intention here is really about stilling the mind. Yes, we'll stretch, we'll lengthen our muscles, and we'll move the body, but our primary intention here is to stay focused and present in this time and in this space. So with a block handy, or a pillow, some sort of prop, we'll begin on your back. So you can spin yourself out on a mat or on the carpet of your house and lay yourself out in Shavasana, in corpse pose. So the shoulders gently tucked under, your palms faced up, hips heavy, feet flopped open. We'll begin by extending your breath. So begin to inhale for 3, 2, 1, hold. And exhale for 3, 2, 1, hold. A few more cycles. Breathe in, 2, 1, and hold. Breathe out for 3, 2, 1, and hold. 2 more times. Breathe in for 3, 2, 1, hold. Breathe out, 3, 2, 1, hold. One more time. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, hold. And exhale, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Stay here in stillness, letting the mind calm. And just aware of the body as it shifts. Bring some gentle movement into your fingertips. Move your toes, roll the wrists, and move your ankles. And we'll bend into the knees with your feet on the floor, heels close to glutes. Press into your feet to lift your hips up. So you're engaging the glute muscles, lifting the hip bones up towards the ceiling. Just warming up the back of the legs, root into the heels. We'll take one more breath in, and then lower yourself down vertebrae by vertebrae, bone by bone. And once the hips have touched the mat, reach the right heel to the ceiling, fingers interlaced behind your right shin. As you press the low back down, reach the right heel up, pull on your right thigh. And move the right ankle onto your left thigh. Your right hand can press the right leg away. Lift your left foot off the floor, the fingers interlaced behind the left hamstring or your left shin. And as you press the low back down, the right elbow could press your right thigh. And gently rock yourself left and right, back and forth. Release the left foot to the mat. Place the right foot on the floor. Next side. Left heel to the ceiling. Fingers behind your left hamstring. As the low back presses down, reach the left heel up. Pull on your left thigh. Shift the left ankle onto the right thigh, and your left hand presses the left leg away. Your right foot off the ground, fingers interlaced behind your right hamstring or your right shin. With your low back pressing the ground, a gentle rock of your hips, left and right, back and forth. The right foot to the mat, left foot on the floor. Lengthen your legs back to Shavasana, how we started. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, hold. Exhale for 3, 2, 1, hold. So 2 more times. Breathe in for 3, keeping your attention on the breath. 1, hold. Exhale for 3, 2, 1, hold. Let's do 1 more breath cycle. Inhale for 3. Hold. Exhale for 3. Hold. Then bring the arms up overhead. With a full breath in, reach the body, lengthening yourself out. Full inhale. And soften as you exhale. Bend your knees, the feet onto the ground. Bring both of the knees up to your chest, one hand on each knee. Bring the knees closer to your shoulders. The low back may even lift off the mat. And lower the low back down. Give your legs a hug. Rock left and right. Back and forth. With your right arm up overhead, roll to the right side. This is a good time to set intentions, perhaps for your day, for your week. You can think of an intention like a very generic energy, like patience or gratitude, kindness, maybe just contentment. What would serve you for the day, maybe for the week? What could you foster over this next hour? With your top hand on the floor, press yourself up into a tabletop position on your mat. Hands and knees. With your inhale, look up towards the ceiling, lift your tailbone up. And then as you exhale, bring your chin to your chest, look towards the navel, press into your palms. So you're moving with your breath. Inhale, U-shape your spine. Biceps forward, sternum forward. And exhale to round in. Chin to chest, press the palms, arch the spine. One more. Inhale. Look up towards the ceiling, lift your tailbone, heart forward. And exhale, round in. Press your hands, tuck your tail. Back to a neutral position. Open the knees wide. Your hips back to your heels, your forehead down on the mat. Walk the hands away so you're stretching the sides of your torso. And gently rock your hips left and right, back and forth. And shift yourself back up to a table. Tuck your toes under, hips to the ceiling, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in, and out your mouth, let it go. Bend your right knee, then bend your left knee. Back and forth. Begin to tiptoe the feet off the mat, 1 foot at a time. Walk your feet up into a forward fold. So you're passive, chin towards the chest. Hold opposite elbows. Rock yourself left and right, back and forth. With a gentle bend in both knees, hands on your thighs, press yourself up to a standing position. Then we'll take the hands to prayer in front of your chest. A full inhale. Interlace your fingers, hands towards the floor as you exhale. The gaze locked onto one knuckle. Inhale the hands forward. Keep your gaze locked on the same knuckle. Lift your chin, stretch the front of your throat. Flip, out your mouth, exhale. An HA sound, ha, like you're encouraging a yawn. Interlace fingers, hands down. Inhale the hands forward. We're connecting the breath to the movement to silence the mind. Look up and reach. Flip, out your mouth as you exhale. Interlace, hands down. Continue. Inhale. For 3, slow and steady rising. For 2, look up, the gaze still locked. Inflate, flip, out your mouth. Exhale. Interlace the fingers, press the hands towards the floor. We'll move through 3 more breath cycles. Inhale, slow and steady, like a moving meditation. Look up, expand your lungs, find your capacity, and out your mouth, exhale. Like you're fogging a window. Interlace, press down. 2 more breath cycles. Last one. And we'll release your hands by your sides, the palms faced open. Shift your weight to your left leg, open your right knee. The heel to the ankle, foot to the calf, or up to inner thigh. Your hands at prayer. So think of pressing your standing foot down, lifting the ribs up, draw the belly in, and your gaze locked on one point. You can relax the muscles in the face. Your full attention here. This effort of balance, this mental stillness, aware of the smooth flowing air in and out of the nostrils. We'll take 1 more breath in, shift the knee forward, and release the limbs. We'll make our way to the next side. Root the other foot, open your knee, heel to ankle, foot to calf, or up to inner thigh. Hands at prayer. And with your gaze soft, the jaw unhinged. You could allow the vision to slightly blur. Continue to press the standing foot down, locking the knee. So your standing leg strong. And a few more smooth breaths. One more inhale. Shift the knee forward and release the limbs as you exhale. Let's bring your toes to touch. Inhale the arms wide up overhead. Interlace your fingers, reach up, lean to the right as you exhale. And float yourself back up to center. Breath in, will lean towards your left on your exhale. Shift yourself back upright. One more time. Inhale to reach up, lean to the right. Exhale, you're welcome to stay here. You could also release the fingers. Right hand to the right thigh. Reach your left hand. Press your hips left. Keep the low core contained, your thighs engaged. One more breath cycle. And we'll shift back upright, both hands high. Interlace the fingers. Bend the knees, bend the elbows, stretch the back of the limbs. Rise yourself back up. Take a breath to reach and lean towards your side. Again, you could release the fingertips with your left hand down to your thigh. Your right fingers reach. 3, core strong, thighs engaged. 2, and float yourself back upright, both hands high. Open your feet so they're hip width. Palms face forward, arms parallel to the floor. Take an inhale. Bend your knees to lower the seat down and back. Shoulders in their sockets. Weight towards the heels. So you're feeling the thighs build in warmth. And as you're maintaining a contained low core, notice the lengthening of the lumbar spine. 3. If you can lower the hips further, go for it. 2. We'll take one more breath in. And fold to the floor on 1. Hands come down to touch. So either the mat or the hands on the legs, whatever feels right for you. Gently bend one knee, and then bend the other knee. Left and right. Bring the hands under your shins. Lengthen your spine. Take an inhale. Bend your knees, the hands down. Move your right foot back and the right knee down. If you have sensitive knees, you could take the mat, roll it up so your knee has a second layer of cushion. Take your left hand on your left thigh. Rise up, the fingers interlaced over your left thigh. Lift the ribs and press your hips forward. And with your left hand on your left thigh, the right arm can reach for the ceiling. This could be enough of a sensation on the right side of the body, but if you want more, you could lean towards the left while you press the hips forward. And we'll shift back to center. Both arms to the ceiling. Take a breath to reach up, look up, and then the hands come down to frame the front foot. With your hands on the floor, rock the hips back to stretch the hamstring underneath your left thigh. So up to you how far back you want to go. You could move your left heel forward to extend the sensation under the leg. You could lower the hips right down to the right heel and then walk the hands forward, chin to chest. Take 3 breaths here. Continuing to shift your left hip back. We'll begin to rise back upright. When you are back up, Slide the front foot back to a tabletop position. Lift the chin, lift the tailbone, look up. Move with your breath. Chin to the chest, tuck the tailbone under, press the palms. One more. Inhale, look up towards the ceiling, the biceps forward. Tuck your toes underneath, hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. A gentle bend in both knees. Your feet walk up to the top of your mat. Hands on the floor, tiptoe the fingers left, and then tiptoe the fingers right. Back to center. Hands walk up your legs, shift yourself to stand. Reach your arms to the ceiling. Take a breath in, your feet about hip width, arms back, parallel to the floor. Take an inhale, bend your knees to lower the seat down and back. So we'll begin in the same chair position we were in previous. Arms parallel to the ground, low core contained, legs beginning to warm up. In this version, instead of leaning towards the heels, begin to lean forward so you're lifting your heels off the ground. You're feeling the calf muscles begin to work as well as your thighs. 3, keep the low belly drawn in. 2, take a full inhale. Lower the heels down, your hands to the floor on 1. And once you've touched, lengthen your spine. Take a breath in, bend the knees, hands down, move your left foot back, and your left knee down. And again, if you'd like extra cushion under your left knee, you could take the mat, double it up, knee on top of the mat for extra support. Your right hand on your right thigh. Come upright, fingers over the right leg. Lift the ribs and press your hips forward. If you want to go further, your left arm towards the ceiling. This could be enough sensation in the oblique muscles, the psoas. If you want to go further, lean towards the right. Keep your sternum up and the hips forward. And begin to rise yourself to center, both arms to the ceiling. Take a full breath to lengthen both sides of the torso. Look up. Hands come down to frame the right foot. So your hands on the mat. You could begin to rock the hips back. So you could slide your right heel forward to feel a greater stretch underneath your right leg. Perhaps you're lowering all the way down towards your left heel. Chin towards your chest, and your fingers walk forward. Any variation that feels right for you, as long as you're feeling it under the right leg. And begin to shift yourself back upright. Slide the front foot back, make your way to a tabletop position. Look to the ceiling, biceps forward, lift your tailbone, look up. And round in as you exhale, the chin to the chest, tuck the tailbone, push your palms, gaze to navel. Inhale, look back up to the ceiling. Lift the tailbone up, tuck your toes under, hips high, downward dog. Bend your right knee, and then bend your left knee. Back and forth. And with a gentle bend in both of your knees, your feet walk up to the top of the mat. Your head heavy in a passive fold. Begin to walk the hands up the legs, shift yourself to stand, and reach the hands for the ceiling. Take a full breath in, look up, hands to prayer as you exhale. We'll take one more full inhale, your toes together, lower the seat down and back. Right hand on left leg, left hand on low back. You can lower the forearms right down into the thighs, and then twist the spine. Look towards the ceiling over your left shoulder. 3, keep the hips low, keep the low core drawn in. 2, and we'll twist to face the floor on 1. Press your feet to rise up, both hands to the ceiling. Look up, gently lean back, pressing hips forward. Feel a gentle shake deep within the body. Rise back to face forward, hands to prayer. Stay at prayer. Full inhale. Bend your knees to lower the seat down and back. Left hand, right leg. Right hand, low back. You can lower the forearm to the thighs. Twist to look to the ceiling over the right shoulder. Keep the hips low, low belly drawn in. Yourself to face the floor, press the feet to rise up. Hands high, and then take your arms wide. Bring your hands to your low back, palms faced inward. Elbows close together. Lift the sternum, lean back. Hips forward, heart up. And come back upright. Open the feet about hip width. Bend your knees, hands on thighs. Look up to the ceiling, tailbone back. And as you exhale, chin to chest, tuck your tail under. 2 more times. Inhale, look up towards the ceiling. And exhale, round in, chin to chest. 1 more. Breath in, look up to the sky. Walk the hands down the legs and come to a forward fold. Hands right down. You can tuck the fingertips right underneath your toes. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Lift the hips a bit higher, feeling a greater opening in the back of the thighs. 3, 2, on 1, the hands can release from underneath your feet. With a gentle bend in the knees, hands frame the feet, move your right foot back. Keep your low core drawn in, so a low lunge. And then press into your left foot, hands back by the hips. So your shoulder blades move closer, thumbs point away, the right thigh strong. Hold here. 3, 2, and on 1, we'll bring the hands back down to frame the front foot. Shift your back foot forward, switch it up, next side. Left foot back. Fingers are framing the front foot into a low lunge. Feel the hips, adjust as you need to. And then press the right foot, hands back by your hips. Shoulder blades move closer, thumbs are away from your body. Your left thigh strong, your right hip back. 3 breaths. And we'll take the hands back down to frame the front foot. Your back foot forward. Feet together. Lengthen your spine, inhale, and fold forward as you exhale. With a bend in the knees, hands on your thighs, press yourself up to a standing position. Pivot the body so you're facing the side of your mat. Open out the legs wide. Your back toes pivot to face the back of your mat. So you're opening the left hip. Arms reach, bend into the back knee. Look towards the back thumb. 3. Keep your ribs lifted, low core contained. 2. And your palms open up. Take your front forearm down. Look up towards the ceiling. So you can support yourself with your forearm. Open the rib cage. Think of the feet squeezing closer. The inner thighs are active. We'll take one more long breath cycle here. And then rise back up into warrior 2. Take a full inhale and complete exhale. Hands onto the hips. Straighten the leg. We'll pivot your toes in. Then the next side. Pivot the other toes to the other side of the mat. Arms long. Bend the knee. So we're opening up the front of your hips. Bend deeper to feel the edge of the pelvic floor beneath you. And you're looking over the middle finger. Take 3 long breaths, keeping the ribs lifted, finding more depth in the front knee. And move the front forearm down onto your thigh, the back hand of the ceiling. Look up. You can think of squeezing the feet closer together. Gaze towards the thumb. 3. Hold here. 2. And on 1, look back down to the floor. Press the front foot. Rise back up to warrior 2. Stay here. Full inhale. And complete exhale. Hands on the hips. Straighten the front leg. Toes pivot in. Both toes point inward. Heels are further away. Bend your knees. Lift the sternum up. Hinge with a flat back. So aware of the back of the legs. Good opportunity to use a block if you have one. A block right in front of you. So with your knees slightly bent and your tailbone lifting up, maintain a long spine. And over time you can lower to a different level with the block. Slowly working your way down while maintaining length in the spine. You can shift the block out of the way. Hands walk up towards the top of the mat. Pivot your toes, slide the front foot back, we'll move to downward dog. Take a full inhale and complete exhale. Rise yourself to high plank. Top of a push-up. You're welcome to lower the knees down. If the knees down is right for you, go for it. We'll hold here for 3, keeping the core strong, the biceps forward. For 2, take one more full breath in, and then bend the elbows. Slow and steady, lower yourself down towards the mat. You're taking your time shifting yourself down. And once the ribs have touched down, 3 baby cobras. Lift up using your back muscles. And lower back down as you exhale. Like back sit-ups, 2 more times. Ribs lift up, your hands could lift up. Lower back down. And 1 more time. Lift up off the floor, upper back active. Come back down to the mat. Press your knees, lift your hips first. Push your hands, tabletop, knees wide, child's pose. Take a full inhale and complete exhale. And then shift yourself back up to tabletop. Your toes tuck, your hips up, downward dog. Stay here, take a full inhale and complete exhale. Bend your knees. Hands walk back to your feet. Walk the hands up the legs. Rise yourself to stand. When you're all the way up, shoulders to ears, back and down. Hands on the hips. Gently bend the knees. Move your left foot forward. Lift the back heel off the floor. Inhale, lean forward, lift your back foot off the ground. Hold for 3. You can move the hands by the sides, thumbs point away. Draw the low belly in. Keep tilting forward for 2. And on 1, move your back knee through. We'll lift the right knee up, standing wind relieving. Right knee lifts high, fingers over the right shin. Pull your right leg closer. So you're locking the standing knee. And land the right foot on the floor in front, hands back on the hips. Lean the weight forward, lift the left heel up. Lean in, and the left foot off the ground. Inhales, lengthen. Exhales, hinge. Hands by the sides when you're ready, thumbs point away. Draw the core in. Hold for 3. Keep leaning forward for 2. We'll move the back knee through on 1. Lift your left knee up. Knee lifts, fingers over left shin. And draw the left leg close to you. Take one more breath in. And land the left foot onto the mat in front. Your right foot forward, shoulders up, back and down. Take the arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale, look up. And fold to the floor as you exhale. The hands right down to the mat. Lengthen your spine, take a breath in. Bend your knees, hands down, walk the feet to the back of your mat. Take a full breath in, plank. And again, we'll bend the elbows for 3. Slowly lowering yourself down. Core stays strong for 2. Lower the knees whatever you want. Touch down on 1. We'll do 3 back sit-ups. Lift the ribs, lift the hands. And lower down. 2 more times. Ribs lift up, elbows lift up. And lower. 1 more. Lift up off the floor, hold here. And lower yourself back down. Press the knees, hips first, tabletop, toes tucked to downward dog. Take a moment to relieve the low back, to open the back of the legs, explore the sensations in your body. And the knees back down onto the mat. Walk your knees up behind your wrists. Knees wide, toes touch, take a seat. Hands walk alongside the body. So hands can move to the floor behind you. Lift the hips up to feel a stretch in the front of the thighs, and then lower down. So a few more times, lift your hips up and lower down. You could lower the elbows down. Again, if you had a block close by, placing a block on the mat behind you and lowering your upper back down onto that support could be useful. About 5 breaths here. Of the 5th breath, begin to lift yourself back upright. If you have a prop behind you, move it out of the way. Hands on the floor. Walk yourself back. Downward dog. Bend your right, and then bend your left. Both knees down. Hands walk back. Grab your block if you have one. You can place the block between the heels. If you don't have a block, a pillow, have one close by for this one. So you're going to start with your hands behind your back into a camel pose. Sternum up, elbows close, tilt back. Perhaps your hands down in the block or the hands on the heels. Think of pressing the hips forward as the sternum lifts up. And a hand low back, rise up. You can untuck your toes, then lower the hips down onto the block. If that doesn't feel quite comfortable enough, you could always grab a pillow and place it underneath you. So the pillow on the block and your hips down onto this for a seated meditation. Crossing your legs is also an option. If this is uncomfortable, sitting on a chair would also be a good option. But if you are in a structure where you're sitting on your shins, as I am, hands on your thighs and your palms faced up. And I'll guide you through a brief style of meditation, which you're welcome to do and carry forward in your own life. We'll connect the thumbs with the index fingers. As you take a breath in and then a breath out, that would count as one knuckle. So each inhale and exhale, you'll move the thumb up a knuckle. Index finger, all three. Middle finger, first, middle base. Ring finger, first, middle base. Pinky, first, middle, and base. And then the other hand shifts one knuckle. We'll start over. Every knuckle is an inhale and an exhale, all the way through all 12 knuckles. That counts for one more. We'll continue this process all the way through all 12 knuckles, shifting the middle finger. So this cycle, 12 sets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go through the first 2 fingers of your counting hand, 12 breaths per knuckle. I'll be guiding you through a good portion of the first one and letting you feel free to count on your own for the second finger. So begin with your thumbs and your index together. Close the eyes, lengthen your spine. Take a full breath in and a complete exhale. We'll shift the thumb up to the middle of the first index knuckle. Take a breath in and a full breath out. Your thumb shifts to the base of the index. Breathe in, 2, 1, and breathe out, 2, 1. The thumb shifts to the tip of the middle finger. Breathe in, breathe out. Thumb to the middle of the middle finger. Inhale, exhale. Shift to the base. Inhale, exhale. Thumb, tip of the ring finger. Exhale. Thumb shifts up. Inhale. And exhale. Continue. And your thumb to the tip of the pinky. Breathe in. Thumb goes back to the tip of the index. Your other hand, the thumb moves up one knuckle, and we'll start over. the tip of the index. My other hand shifts to the base of the index. You're welcome to count in your mind. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2. Thumb shifts. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, 3, 2. Shift the thumb. Inhale, exhale, breathe in and out. Next finger. Inhale, the breath counting thumb moves to the tip of the index. The other thumb, the counting hand, moves to the tip of the middle. I'll let you go through this whole finger on your own. to wiggle your fingertips, roll your wrists, move toes a bit. And we'll bring the hands onto the floor in front and start to shift the props out of the way. Your pillow and block by your side, hands on the floor, tabletop. Look up, lift your tailbone. And then round in, chin to chest, tuck the tailbone under. Back to neutral. Look over the right shoulder, back towards the right heel. And back to center. Look over your left shoulder, back to your left heel. And back to center. Tuck your toes underneath. Lift your hips up towards the ceiling, downward dog. Take a moment to bend the right knee, and then bend your left knee. Back and forth. Lower the knees down and spin around onto your back. We'll keep your knees bent. Lay down onto your back. Arms out by your sides. We'll take your right thigh up and over your left thigh. Your feet up on off the floor, legs towards your left. The left hand on top. Reach the right hand away and look towards the right thumb. Relax yourself completely. You can close the eyes, let the body feel heavy, and sink into the posture. Back up, your legs back up, feet on the floor, and adjust your body. Let's take the next side. Left thigh up and over. Feet off the floor. Legs to the right. Right hand on top. Reach your left arm away and look to your left thumb. Back up, legs back up, feet on the floor, open the knees wide, so your heels connect, soften the front of the hips. And lift the knees back up. Lengthen out the legs one at a time. Shift yourself into final Shavasana. So your feet flopped open, arms wide like a big starfish. Try to broaden the eyebrows, relaxing the muscles in your forehead. With the tip of the tongue attached to the roof of the mouth, just behind the top teeth. Allow your jaw to unhinge. All the muscles in the face soften. your attention to feeling the air as it flows through your nostrils. As you're witnessing the air travel in and out, notice this deep sense of inner calm, this tranquil peace. If a thought does pop in, compare this thought to a cloud floating by. So whether you focus on it or not, the cloud is there. But it's up to you where your attention goes. So instead of obsessing over the cloud, over the evolution, the story, instead bring your focus back to your breathing, back to the sensation in the nostrils. The calmness in the face, back to the softening of the body, back to this deep relaxation. Practice this physical set of postures with the intention of getting the aches and the pains, the restlessness out of the body. All in preparation for this moment, this opportunity to bask in the comfort, the stillness, the silence. I would invite you to continue deep inner listening, state of observation, a quiet mind. Take as much time as you need here. The light in me acknowledges and bows to the light in you. Namaste.